Hey nerds, what's up? I am being very ambitious for this TBR, but first let me just quickly go through some of the awesome books that I got this month from publishers, from myself, etc, etc. So I want to start off with my book of the month purchase because I am not affiliated with them, but I have my own subscription to Book of the Month, which is an awesome service. You get one adult hardcover book a month for $14.99. Those books are usually like $30, so like it's an amazing deal. And then for another $10.99, if you wanted to add another book, you can always add up to, I think, 3 books total if you wanted to. This month I had 1 free credit, and then I also bought myself a book. I got Other People's Houses by Abby Waxman. Chelsea Darling Reads got this book too, and I think we should buddy read it together. Chelsea, if you're watching, please. This book reminds me of Desperate Housewives. If anybody ever watched that show before, it was on ABC. If you ever go to the Universal Studios tour, they always show you the neighborhood about this cul-de-sac of neighbors who are very nosy and they know everything about each other, and something happens and one of the neighbors sees it. And I also love how bright of a cover this is. As I mentioned, Chelsea Darling Reads got this book. She is a huge supporter of Book of the Month, which is why I decided to get my own subscription for it, because she's always talking about it. But she also talks about this author a lot, Taylor Jenkins Reid, and The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which was one of the Book of the Month books a few months ago before I had the subscription, and I decided to get it because Chelsea Darling Reads talks all of the things about this author and about this book in particular. Here I am. Next book that I picked up was Obsidio by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. Of course, if you don't know what this is about, let me just tell you real quick. This is the 3rd book in the Illuminae files. Here's the first 2. These books follow different characters for each one, all involved in this one big sci-fi epicness, which is all about government and also private company conspiracy, and I'm so nervous. Next 2 books I got from publishers or from the authors themselves, and so the first one that I have is The Forgotten Ones by Stina Holmes. This is a unspeakable family secret book, so it's gonna be hopefully a little mysterious. It has We Were Liar vibes to me. I'm excited and very nervous because these types of books can tear me apart. I'm excited, and the cover is really pretty, and it's one of those velvety matte covers. I love it. It's also from the author, and it is The Order of Nature by Josh Scheinhardt. I will be reading this with Murphy Napier next week, actually. I don't know if I said your name right, Murphy, so please let me know if I said that wrong. This is a book from this man who actually spent time in Gambia in his life, and this is a fictional story, I think possibly based on his own experiences, but Gambia is very anti-gay, and this is about a couple, male couple, who live in Gambia and are afraid of being found out. And I'm super excited. I think that this is going to be a very intense read, very emotional. I also have some e-arcs that I want to talk about. Received Bruja Born, I think is how you say it. Bruja, not Bruja Born, but I could be wrong, by Zoraida Cordova. I got Doing It by Hannah Witten. I'm so excited. I also received If You Don't Have Anything Nice to Say by Layla Sales. So excited. I still haven't read The Song Will Save Your Life, but it's on my bookcase up there. I've heard amazing things about Layla Sales' writing, and so I'm excited for this one. Suitors and Sabotage by Cindy Anstey, which I'm going to talk about in just a second because it is on my TBR for this month. And those are all the books that I got on my ebook. And then the last one is a book that I picked up from my library, Your Welcome Universe by Whitney Gardner. This is the Sassy book club of the month for the month of April. It is about a Indian American girl who is also deaf. She is at a deaf school, but when she decides to graffiti over a slur about her friend, she gets expelled for graffitiing on the wall, and she ends up having to go to an all-hearing school and what that deals with for her deafness. I'm really excited to read this. I'm also a little nervous. The woman, Whitney Gardner, is neither Indian American nor deaf, but I've heard good things, so I'm excited to try it out. On to the TBR. I am being very ambitious with this March TBR. I try to read 52 books in the year, which is 1 book a week. This month I am hoping to read 9 books plus a few more if I can get to them. So we'll see how this goes. The first book that I'm actually currently reading is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I am listening to this on audiobook. I'm about 50% done. The next book that I plan on reading is Order of Nature, which I already discussed. The Forgotten Ones by Stina Holmes. Already discussed this book. Also have The Summer of Broken Things, which I have not received in the mail yet, and so I might not get to this in April, and it might become a May TBR. We'll see when I receive a copy of it. The next book that I am actually currently reading as well is Suitors in Sabotage. I'm like 20% in. It's a historical fiction about a girl who is meeting her, not betrothed, but the man that her parents want her to marry, and then she also meets his younger brother who they actually have a lot more in common with, and there's art and stuff involved, and it's cute so far. Next book that I do want to read, I've already mentioned, which is If You Don't Have Anything Nice to Say by Layla Sales. Next book that I want to read is Woman in the Window, and this is our Bibliobook Club pick for February through April, so we will be having a live show on the Bibliothon channel probably in May for this book. I know Brittany has read it, and I'm planning on reading it, and I know that there's a couple more who are hopefully going to get to it as well. It's a thriller. I think that it's based on the movie Rear Window, which is a classic from like the 50s. It's really good, and I'm nervous that it's gonna be too similar, like they just stole it. Of course, I want to read Your Welcome Universe by Whitney Gardner. Now for the TBR pick. So if you don't know how I do my TBR jar, I pick 3 things out of this, which are just numbers associated with where books are on my shelf. I pick the 3, and then throughout the month I decide which one I'm going to read. So you won't know which one I get until later. So here's the first one. 2 and 3. 3 places that I picked was 130, which would be the top shelf, and the last one on the shelf actually, and that was Elsewhere by Gabrielle Zevin. I believe this is a sci-fi book. Next one that I picked up was 216, which was shelf 2, number 16 on the shelf. Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, and that is an arc of The Haters by Jesse Andrews. The last 2 are contemporaries. This one, Dear Dr. Fujiyama. By now you have probably heard that I'm dead. This means I won't be attending this year's regional science fair, which is a great disappointment to me, as I'm sure it is also for you. At the time I died, I felt I was starting to make real progress with those earthworms. I really enjoyed your class and continue to follow along from the place where I am now living, where I now find myself. It's crossed out on purpose. Dissecting the pig looked pretty interesting, and I thought I might try. Unfortunately, there aren't any dead pigs here for me to dissect. I was disappointed not to see you at the funeral, as you were my favorite teacher, even including middle and elementary school. Not to give you a hard time or anything, Dr. F. Yours, Elizabeth Marie Hall, 5th period biology. How can 15-year-old Liz let go of the only life she's ever known and embrace a new one? Is it possible that a life lived in reverse is no different from a life lived forward? Contemporary. This one is about 2 best friends. One of the girls is either missing or died. I don't remember which, and they leave a bucket list for the best friend to do. And then The Haters, about music and a band, and then going on a road trip. Road trip, bucket list. I will pick one of those. Now I do have 3 more books that I would really love to read this month, but we will see if it happens. The first one is God's Grave by Jay Kristoff. He just got the drop of the cover reveal for the 3rd book, Dark Dawn, I believe, for this trilogy, and it's so pretty and it makes me need to read God's Grave right this minute. The other book I really want to read is Obsidio by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, because hello, I need to read this one as well. Just anything that has Jay Kristoff's name on it is no necessary read, obviously. Last book that like I really want to read this month, but like let's be real, it's never gonna happen because I already have way too many books on this TBR, is Tower of Dawn by Sarah J Maas. We also just got the 6th book's title reveal for this, Kingdom of something, and honestly I'm a little bit mad that it's called Kingdom, because why is it called Kingdom and not Queendom? And now I feel awkward because Matt is in the kitchen and can see me. Oh. Hello. Balancing a book. Can I do 2? Oh my god. I did it on accident! That was amazing! Those are all the books that I really want to read and that I got this month, and there were a lot of books. And I really want to read a lot of books, so I'm gonna stop recording this video so that I can go read some things so that I can get to all these books, because it's already the 5th of April. What am I doing? I don't know. I don't understand my life. Bye! I wish I could take